Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for coming, and thank you to our wonderful volunteers for offering to present the chapters today. We're very excited to hear what you have to say. So before we begin, I'll start by seeking the blessings of everyone here. Thank you so much for coming. Hare Krishna. And we'll just do the invocation prayers, and then I will hand it over to our first presenter. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 And I believe we have Rohit, who is summarizing chapter 7 today. So over to you, Rohit.
He's identified as Srila Prabhupada's warrior. Oh, no, see.
So this chapter consisting of four, it's a head. We can say head. Like first of the first three slokas, like considering like hearing, it gives about briefly about hearing. And third one, E refers for everywhere from four, how God created like that universe, about him, creation. Let's we go to from, and from A, it gives to accept, what we accept and what we have to reject. It's like from 13 to 19 verses. And D stands for demigods, like from text 20 to 30. So we see briefly about first hearing about one. So first Krishna actually just say, if you want to go to any purchasing, like normally, or if you go to what we say, for holidays, we plan and we do some research, right? So here also similarly, if you want to know about God, we cannot go blindly. So we have to know about his research. So firstly, 7.1 to 7.3, just to hear. So knowing Krishna by hearing. Here Krishna requests Arjuna to hear about his material and spiritual energies. And he declares the transcendent list. Who succeeds in truly knowing him is most rare. Means that after so many births, one can know Krishna as he is. And from 7.4 to 12, and Krishna describes about material and spiritual energies. And he says that Krishna, he is the source of the matter and spirit. So we can see like he gives an example also. We will see that later. Just now I'm saying brief. And it's existing of combination of Krishna's material and spiritual energies. Krishna is saying about one. And from 7.4 to 7.12, Krishna is not under his energies. There are three modes of material nature, mode of goodness, passion, and everything is a combination. You can see it's all about Krishna's creation. And Krishna controls 7.13 to 14. And Krishna gives how to surrender, means those who surrender will go beyond the delusion caused by the three modes of material nature, and can we know him on that purpose. And Krishna describes about impious people from 7.15 to 19. There are four kinds of people who surrender and four kinds of people who do not surrender, and we'll see later on about them. And out of these who surrender, Bahunam Jnani, Bahunam Janmanam Anta Jnanavan Prapadyate is best. So Jnani is with no material desire. And 7.20 to 7.25, Krishna describes about demigods. And many people just want to worship Krishna. They don't, not Krishna, like God. They don't know anything about God, but just they worship demigods. So Krishna says about that one. And 7.26 to 30, he says about bewildered and freedom by knowing Krishna. So these are about head. And
Rohit, I really liked your your executive summary. It's good.
So here also we need some evidence to know the God. What is that? So it's a scripture, we have to know from scripture. So Krishna says that it is difficult for anyone to know. Hardly anyone knows him, but by bhakti only we can know him, just by hearing about them. These are about the summary of verses from 1 to 3. So Krishna is very simple. We can understand him easily and we cannot understand him. It's like Achinta Beda Beda Tattva. It's our Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. It's easy and difficult, same way. So by the process of bhakti yoga only we can understand. So the lesson we can learn from here, that first we had to do the 9 process of bhakti. As you know, people, it is written in Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Sakyam, Dasyam, Atma Nivedanam. So from first three slokas, these are the 9 process of devotional aspects we have to learn. It was mentioned clearly in Srimad Bhagavatam, and we can see that Shravanam, Shravanam meaning hearing, like when Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj was listening from Shukadev Goswami, and 7 days continuously he's listening. And Kirtanam, Kirtanam is already like chanting, glorifying, as Shukadev Goswami reciting Bhagavatam to Maharaj Parikshit. And remembering, we gave example of Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj. He was always remembering Prahlad. He was remembering Lord Narasimhadev when his father was tortured him. And Pada Sevanam, and it's a goddess Lakshmi who always serving his lotus feet. And Archanam, like deity worship, is Maharaj Prutu. And he is also one of the avatar of the, if not, I think, Shakti Avashesh avatar, I think, maybe. He's not direct avatar. And Vandanam, praying. Akrura, you know Akrura, his famous devotee. And Dasyam, like, Hanuman, how he executed orders and went to Sri Lanka. Yeah. And Sakyam, friendship, Arjuna. And Atma Nivedanam, completely surrendered, Bali Maharaj. And from 7.4, I'm going on summary because I'm not going to recite every sloka here. I'm just telling summary. 7. Summary of verses from 4 to 12, I'm just repeating. So many people ask about that. People say they just ask blindly when we go to book distribution, can you show me God? And can you show me God? Just they blindly, when I'm going to book distribution, they're asking me, can you show me God? So they say that, so we have scientific approach, we have discussed every theory, we have a practical process, but where is about God? There is no God in science. Just they deny that. And here we can see the Prabhupada give a nice example, like when we see pearls, they're perfectly strung and arranged like a necklace, you see, but thread is invisible, right? So in Kantimala we wear in our neck, we see the thread is invisible sometimes. And similarly, God also creates and designs the universe, but he's invisible to our immature observer. We can't see even if light is off in our room or other room, what is going on. How can we see God with our imperfect senses? Because we are always illusioned. And just Krishna explains everything about creation from 4th to 12 chapters, like about water. I am the water. So normally, like neophyte devotee can't worship Krishna directly. So he can just worship he can worship Krishna by universal form, right? Because that's why Krishna gave, you can't worship me directly. So that's why Krishna said from 1st chapter to beginning of 18th chapter. So we can see Krishna. He's saying that I am the sun, I am the light of the sun, and I am the taste of the water. I am the ability in the man, and I am the sex life, which is not contrary to religious principles. And he's saying about just we have to see with the eyes of knowledge, not just blindly we can deny the God. So we can see God everywhere. It's a neophyte devotee can see like God if he can't able to worship in Krishna in temple. So here we can learn from lesson that So every time if we drink water, we have to remember Krishna. He's the taste, because if we see sunlight, we see sun, we can remember that light is Krishna. Everything we can just, we can dovetail every activity, what we are doing, we have to remind that Krishna is the doer of the activities, right? And now we are going. I think it's end with here and we are going. Can you see able to this, Prabhu?
See text 24. What are you trying to show? Yeah, we can see.
This one. So now I'm just showing about summary of verses 13 to 9. And this is about all 4 people. I have given analysis of head analysis. Like 4 people. D. It's about D now we are talking. 4 people are who reject God, and 4 people who accept God. Like they are mostly 4 people are who reject God are there 4 types of people: grossly foolish and lowest of mankind, illusion, atheistic nature. Grossly foolish. They are all well educated, but they don't want to worship God, right? And they are grossly working day and night. They are grossly foolish and lowest of mankind. They know that they know something about Krishna, but they are lazy. They are like Naradama. Next one is Maya Aparata Jnana. Maya Aparata means illusion. They don't know what they are doing. If you tell also them, they just blindly derive the God, and like that in the Maya Jnana, atheistic nature. They blindly deny. If this lowest of mankind, they accept God something, but illusion. And illusion people are they too okay, 3, but atheistic nature they reject blindly. So these are the 4 impious people, and there are 4 pious people like seeking wealth. So sometimes we see if we go to book distribution or preaching, we say that just you take this Bhagavad Gita, everything you will get. So seeking wealth. So like this also we can preach God. Those who don't believe Krishna, we can tell that if you take Bhagavad Gita, and so you'll get wealth also. Mostly people are just, I see in these 4 people only come to Krishna. The whole Bhagavad Gita gives, Krishna says that only 4 people. We cannot see any people other than these 4 people who come to God. Like distressed. Some people are distressed. Oftenly we see the students, they commit suicide, and so some people come preaching. If we go to preach, these people will come. So, and some are inquisitive. Just they want to know. And some are about seeker of knowledge. So these are the 4 people. Of course, other than 4 people, there are devotees. They get sukruti, they come automatically. And we go just give book. From next day onwards, they're chanting 16 rounds. Apart from 4, some get by previous Janma Sukruti. Ajnana Sukruti will say. So it's a rare to accept Krishna as it is. So Krishna says that out of 1,000 of births, Bahunam Janmamanta Jnanavan Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabaha. It's very difficult to accept Krishna. Out of 1,000 births, 1 pure devotee will come. So we can learn from lesson 30 that. So lesson 30 gives that human life is very rare to achieve, as already we have discussed about it. Everyone cannot go to Krishna easily. If we distribute books also, they don't take. If we preach, they don't listen. It's all about their fortune. So just we have to avoid committing offenses also like that. It's like a mad elephant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that. We have to give respect to Vaishnavas. And they are going on before. Prabhu, this is one you want to explain about this one full thing? You have time.
These are basically the. Do you know what this is, Rohit?
Yeah, I know. I read Madhuri Kadambani.
Just
I
give
read Madhurya Kadambini.
give a summary. Yes, that's correct. Give a nice summary. Yeah, that's good.
This is about Madhurya Kadambini. Book, I know about this one.
Very good.
Very easy. So here Krishna says, this is the important for all Iskcon devotees or all Gaudiya Sampradaya. So how can we know that shelter, if we had taken shelter of Krishna? So these three things happens. Just you have to remember: devotion and direct experience of the Supreme and detachment from material things. This simultaneously occur if you take shelter of Krishna. We can know that if one has surrendered Krishna completely, these three things happen: devotion, direct experience, triple D. You can remember shortcut: devotion, direct experience, and detachment from material things. Then only he surrendered to Krishna. So first from here, it's zoom. Is it zooming?
He won't. Oh, okay.
So actually, there are 9 aspects in devotional service. We have to remember this one. It is Madhurya Kadambini. It was taken from. It was written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Process of bhakti. Even it was said by Srila Prabhupada and Rupa Goswami, I think. From Shraddha to, there are 9 aspects. Why? There are 2 bhaktis actually: Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti.
Yeah.
Raganuga Bhakti means that it comes spontaneously. It happens to very few devotees like Srila Prabhupada. They are spontaneously, they are not even sleeping, just 2 hours they are sleeping at night and remaining they are doing bhakti. That is called Raganuga Bhakti. And Vaidhi Bhakti includes, we have to follow rules and regulations. All of us have to follow this 9 process to reach Krishna. Like from Shraddha, here you can see the down, Shraddha, right? Means like it's a firm test. We can't say it is faith, but here the written faith, we can say that it's a firm trust. We can say we have to trust it. That's it. Faith may change to something like that, right? Shraddha. From Shraddha then to Sadhu Sangha. If we have faith, faith means faith will change, but trust will not change. If we have trust in Srila Prabhupada and devotees, then we go to start associating with saints. That is called Sadhu Sangha, second one. And third one is called Bhajana Kriya. Once after associating with devotees, then just we participate in book distribution and hosting Zoom classes and doing some devotional activities. That is called Bhajana Kriya. Then fourth one is called, you can see, Anartha Nivruti. So after once we following devotional activities under spiritual master and devotees, then all our material impacts are clear. It will clear automatically. That stage is called Anartha Nivruti. Then after that, 5th stage will got Nishta, steadiness in bhakti. Then steady, if it will get steadiness, means if anybody say also, we don't listen, we just chant our rounds and nobody can disturb at our 5th stage. It's unshakable. And after that we'll get Ruchi, taste. Then after that Ashakti. Ashakti means attachment to Lord Krishna. That is Ashakti, 7th stage. 8th one is Bhava. And Bhava is, we can't expect that because we are still in 3rd stage, Bhajana Kriya. Because when we are starting associating with devotees, we got trust and we are associating devotees, then Bhajana Kriya. 8th one is Bhava. It was showed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once he was just searching for Krishna. Where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? He was hugging the trees. And sometimes he was just jumping into river. Oh, Krishna is there. Just he appears. We can't see because others can't see Krishna. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sees Krishna. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani. He says, where is my Krishna? Sometimes he got hurt. Blood is flowing from his head. It's we can read from Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is called Bhava. And Prema is like completely pure love. You can't see anything. If you see anyone, you will just relate with Krishna only. Like Uttamadhikari stage, it is like. So I will end it here because we can discuss it. Just I told in brief, and here it is all there. Like you can see in Shraddha, Sadhana, in Bhajana Kriya also there is Anishta, Nishta. So much it is notes we can't say because time is very less. So these are all there. It is divided. And we go into further and we'll end it here. It's over, I think. And so from text head, HE, this is last one. Krishna says about demigods. Krishna says about demigods, like I already said that you accept God is not easily like that. We have to know him. It's not just enough. And like many Christians says, God is there, but they don't describe about accurately. We have to know about God. Like if we see any surgeon, he had to know details about and their practices, right? Because it is all of matter of life and death. So simply believe to God is not enough, right? One must understand his nature and personality towards the end of this, towards, right? So towards this end of chapter, we can see that Krishna established monotheism, means Krishna is the supreme. Verses 20 to 30, it was described about demigods. They are the chargers of universal affairs. So Krishna, but if we worship Krishna, no, Krishna is equal to them. I mean, if we worship Krishna, it is okay. We are not able to, we should not worship demigods. So this is about the verses from 20 to 30. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much for your summary. I liked as well the acronym, which worked very well, nice and memorable. Very nice introduction, and then going into a bit more detail, which was really nice. Sam, did you mention that you had a question for Rohit?
Yes, but in the course of the presentation, it kind of answered itself. I was going to ask Rohit about why is it that if Krishna is all pervading, how come there are only a few people on the planet actually know Krishna? But it kind of answered itself. But if he's got any comment or you want to elaborate further, he can. Or if anyone else would like to elaborate why Krishna is all pervading, but only few people knows him.
Yeah, I think just like reiterated in chapter 9, which is so beautiful. What a beautiful chapter, is this idea of envy and how I think it's kind of Krishna's there, but we need the tools to comprehend him. And one of those major tools is just forgetting our envy, sacrificing our envy. Certainly something to bring in the presidential election that I think Donald Trump might need to learn.
Hare Krishna, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can. Go ahead, Rohit.
Actually, this was not said by Krishna now in 7th chapter. You have to go to, I think, 16th chapter and 17th chapter. 16th chapter, and divine and demonic features. And he told he judges according to divine and demonic quality. There are asuric and and demigods, devotee and non-devotee. Because like if we see example, no, there are children to mother. Everyone is actually a children to Krishna, but if we if we give chocolate to, if there is example, I'll say, like if father gives 2 chocolates, right? And if like we are child, same chocolate we are offering to Lord, father feels happy, oh my son loves me, but still he right, you understand, I think.
Yeah. Good example.
Yeah, really good example.
There are 2 sons to 1 father. He gives chocolates to them easily. One son eats chocolate without giving father, but another son will give to chocolate. According to Lord, he everyone is equally. Like he says, all are my sons. Mamai Vamsho Jivaloke Bhuta Sanatanaha. He says that. Everyone in 15th chapter. Due to hard struggling our senses, we want to enjoy like Krishna from. So that's why we came here. You have to know that. Why we want to enjoy like Krishna. Again, we are asking questions. And why, after coming here and we are asking, that's what people just think. Why to me? Because we want to enjoy like Krishna. We have to decide in Golok or Vaikuntha spiritual planet. Why we are, after coming here, we are suffering. That is not good. This is not good. And so many problems. And why only few people worship Krishna? Why all cannot worship Krishna? If I mean, like why Krishnaism is not there in other countries, only in India? Why Hindu God? They say like that, but it's not in that case, right? Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, I think you raised some really good points there, and especially actually bringing in chapter 17 is so good because it reminded me that that we think that we don't worship Krishna, but in chapter 17 they talk about the divisions of faith and how even if you're indirectly, so you might be worshipping the most material thing, but the elements, the energy of Krishna behind that, that's actually indirectly Krishna is enjoying your worship of that most material thing. Because indirectly, but actually it's just better for you to make that contact, go back to the spiritual world, and then you're not suffering, you've reestablished that relationship. So even people who have no idea about Krishna, if they're, like Pratamba was mentioning, perhaps worshipping a flower unknowingly, they are still actually worshipping that all-pervading aspect of Krishna. It's just that they don't know. There's kind of a cloud. Any other questions or comments, either developing that point?
You got clear to my question, answer or?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah.
Very good.